so much, Joy. We start our top story check today in Puerto Rico, who will be hosting the 8th edition of the Winter Clash. It's an e-sport event, and it's going to be hosted on Saturday, March 19th, where video gamers reunited this collaborative agreement, and it will allow the use of sports facilities of the municipality of San Juan and to give workshops and education to kids and younger kids about video gaming in different communities. Francis Felix reports.
Roberto Clemente will be the official venue of the eSport event Winter Clash of 2022, one of the biggest video gaming events in the island and in the Caribbean.
The expectations for this one, since we're coming back to the offline experience, we're expecting more than 1,100 probably, and at least 4 to 5 countries, because restrictions are still certainly high in some different countries. Like I know Mexico has certain restrictions still. It used to be one of the countries that would travel a lot. But this year we're expecting like a lot of competitors. There's a lot more new games that came out. We're going to live stream the event so that people that are not able to attend, whether it be because of keeping protocols, because we will have COVID protocols in place, and you have to be vaccinated to go to the event. But for those that are not able to attend, you will be able to watch it through Twitch or for Facebook.
How do you feel about this collaboration with the municipality of San Juan, the tourism company?
I think that this is a step forward into the growth of the gaming industry, because the simple fact that if you look at other countries that are already doing things, right now the injection of economy that it brings, like events like this one or First Attack, which is our other big event that we celebrate in October, we have more than 15 countries that travel to First Attack. These people stay at the hotels, they travel here, they go to our restaurants. Some of them have really a high following, so they get to post about it, and a lot of more people get to see the island. Like we want Puerto Rico. That's one of the things that tourism and us are in the same path, is that we want Puerto Rico to be like a central hub for esports.
Entramos en un acuerdo en el día de hoy para hacer realidad un evento. San Juan is just trying to support initiatives like this, that the purpose is to unite families and to make San Juan a place for not only recreational sports and music events, but also in this type of event. This is the first time an event like this is going to be held at the Coliseo Roberto Clemente. And we are very proud of the partnership we made with Red Rooster Puerto Rico. And this is the first one. Probably there are more to come. And we want to emphasize that San Juan can be the hub, the capital city in the Caribbean for the e-gamer industry.
The municipality of San Juan and the tourism company of Puerto Rico seek to promote the economic development and tourism of the island and make this the ideal place for international events. From Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, Francis Felix.
And again, that event does take place Saturday, March 19th. Thanks for that report, Francis. Well, switching gears now in the Turks and Caicos. Those with the dream to become a nurse can now practice in the Turks and Caicos. And the community college there is expanding. Our One Caribbean News' Deandra Hamilton explains what changed in order to improve education in the TCI.
The Pan American Health Organization has approved the Turks and Caicos to begin its nursing practice by June, says Premier of the TCI, Washington Mizik, during his one-year-in-office anniversary State of the State address on February 17th. 10 nurses from the Turks and Caicos who received their associate degrees were unable to move on because they did not have provisions for nursing practice. Now they will be able to continue their studies and start internships at InterHealth Canada by April. Mizik explained.
I'm happy to tell you that PAHO has given us permission to begin nursing practice by June. The curriculum has been approved, and consultants will do a facility audit of our Turks and Caicos Islands Community College nursing lab in March. Internship with the InterHealth Canada Hospital for these nurses will begin in April.
In speaking on education in his address, the Premier talked about expansion at the TCI Community College.
We are expanding the Turks and Caicos Islands Community College to include a hospitality institute and other technical vocational training and certifications.
The Premier also announced the allocation of assistance for out-of-school children, the implementation of a targeted special needs program, and an increase in scholarships for the public service in the TCI.
We increased the allocation to assist out-of-school children by $212,000 and for out-of-school students with special needs by $150,000. We are developing special needs centers to deliver targeted instructions and programs. We are also increasing scholarships, educational grants, and professional development training for the public service.
DeAndre Hamilton reporting.
All right, thanks, DeAndre. Well, meantime, a huge amount of heartache and sadness carries throughout the U.S. Virgin Islands with the loss of an incredible USVI icon who has made his way home to the Virgin Islands. Addy Otley, a beloved radio and television host and former senator and lieutenant governor, returned to the Virgin Islands last Thursday, February 17th. Courtesy of the VI Port Authority, the legendary broadcaster and politician arrived to a water cannon salute in tribute to the Virgin Islands icon, who recently passed away at the age of 80. The Hurley Davis Funeral Home is handling arrangements for the longtime pillar of the U.S. Virgin Islands. When Otley returned home, the Virgin Islands Police Department provided an honorary escort to the funeral home. It was a beautiful tribute throughout St. Thomas. Mr. Otley's homecoming service and events will be held next week, February 28th through March 2nd. And switching gears now, Jamaica Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced the easing of some measures in place to limit the spread of COVID-19 on the island. There has been a further relaxation of the nightly curfew, which is now set to run from midnight until 5 a.m. The new curfew hours come into effect on Friday and run until March 17th. The previous curfew ran from 11 p.m. until 5 a.m. The limit on funerals has also increased to a maximum of 100 people, and the maximum number of people at events hosted by public entities has been increased from 50 to 100. Holness also announced an end to travel-related quarantine. That goes into effect March 1st. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday night, the Prime Minister said the decision to ease restrictions came about because indications pointed to a rapid improvement in the country's COVID situation. And he said the restrictions could soon be removed altogether.
The pandemic is not over. And though we acknowledge the high level of fatigue in the society, we have to gradually widen the guardrails. We have an objective which is of great importance, and that objective is to get our children back in school after the midterm holidays. All children will go back to school for face-to-face, and therefore we have to be very careful at this period of time not to open up too much and, God forbid, there is a resurgence. So we all have to still exercise caution and patience. We give the children the priority to get back into school. We have 3 weeks of these measures left, and then at the end of 3 weeks, it is quite likely that we will bring the measures to an end.
And it appears there's another health-related concern linked to the pandemic. People who tested positive for the virus face a higher risk of heart problems months after recovering. That's according to a study that was published in the February edition of the Nature Medicine Journal. The findings were based on more than 153,000 veterans who had COVID-19. They were compared to others who were never infected. Researchers say those who had COVID reported more maladies, including strokes, clotting, and heart attacks. Some of the conditions, like pulmonary embolisms, are potentially fatal. Experts say people who had COVID and experience heart concerns should seek immediate medical attention.